You're not lazy. You're just burnt out from trying alone. What if everything you believe about yourself is wrong? What if you are not lazy, not unmotivated, not weak, but simply exhausted from trying to hold everything together alone? Because most people misunderstand this completely. They see your delay and call it laziness. They see your silence and call it lack of discipline. But they don't see what's happening inside your mind every single day. And today, I want you to understand something that might change the way you see yourself forever. You're not lazy. You're just tired. And there is a huge difference between those two things, because lazy people avoid effort. But you are constantly thinking, planning, worrying, restarting, trying again and again. That is not laziness, that is mental exhaustion. You wake up with goals. You start the day with intention. You tell yourself, today I will change everything. But somewhere between expectations and reality, something breaks, not loudly, not dramatically, silently. And slowly you start calling yourself lazy. I should be doing more. Why can't I stay consistent? Everyone else is moving forward. Why am I stuck? But let me ask you something honestly. Have you ever tried to rebuild your life while feeling completely alone? No clear guidance, no real support, no one checking on you, no one telling you what to do next step by step, just you, fighting your thoughts in silence. That is not laziness, that is overload, because the human mind is not designed to carry everything alone for too long, and when it does, it doesn't always collapse. Sometimes it slows down, sometimes it procrastinates, sometimes it escapes into distractions, scrolling, sleeping, delaying. Not because you don't care, but because your mind is already full before you even start. And that's where the real problem begins. Because instead of understanding yourself, you start attacking yourself. You start labeling yourself. I am lazy. I have no discipline. I will never change. And the more you say it, the more you believe it. But listen carefully. Your identity is not laziness. Your reality is exhaustion. Burnout doesn't always look like breaking down. Sometimes it looks like quietly giving up on small things, not finishing tasks, not starting things you want to start, not because you are incapable, but because your emotional battery is already drained. And what drains it? It's not just work. It's not just responsibility. It's the pressure of doing everything alone. It's the fear of failing. It's the pressure of comparing yourself with people who seem ahead of you. It's the constant voice in your head saying, you should be further by now. You are wasting time. You are falling behind. And that voice doesn't help you grow. It destroys your energy. Because imagine trying to run forward while someone is constantly pushing you backward with criticism. That is what your mind feels like. Not lazy, just overwhelmed. And the worst part is, you don't even get rest from your own thoughts. Even when you try to relax, your mind reminds you of everything you haven't done yet, so you never truly feel peace. But here is something you need to understand deeply. You cannot build a strong future from a completely exhausted mind. You cannot force clarity when your brain is overloaded. You cannot expect discipline when your emotional system is drained. So maybe the solution is not more pressure. Maybe it is not more guilt. Maybe it is not forcing yourself to just do it. Maybe the solution is understanding. Because the moment you stop calling yourself lazy, something shifts inside you. You start asking better questions. What is actually draining me? What am I struggling with? What kind of support or structure do I need? And those questions don't punish you. They guide you. And that is where healing begins. Because you are not meant to fix your entire life in one day. You are not meant to carry everything perfectly without rest. You are human, and humans need recovery. They need direction. They need small wins, not impossible pressure. So today, don't try to fix everything. Don't try to become perfect overnight. Just take one step, one small action, something simple. Because progress is not built through massive change, it is built through consistent small steps that you don't quit on. And even if it feels slow, it is still progress. And here's something you should never forget. You are not lazy. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are just someone who has been trying too hard for too long without enough support. But that does not define your future. It only explains your exhaustion. And once you understand that, you stop fighting yourself and you finally start rebuilding yourself, one step at a time. Because even the strongest people don't win by carrying everything alone forever. And maybe today is the day you stop blaming yourself and start understanding yourself. You were never lazy. You were just tired of trying alone.